Hello everyone, I am back-ish. No, I am back. I just wanted to put up this video to say thank you so very much for all the messages and comments on the bad news video. I'm gonna just say that I think all the likes were kind of shows the support, and the dislikes were shows the support as well, in their own way. Yeah, I know I took a bit of a break from pretty much everything. I just kind of chilled out and played some games over the last week or so. Actually, a full week I've just taken completely off, because I wanted some time to myself to kind of think about everything that was going on. I forgot I had coffee, and kind of come to terms and deal with it. And yes, you can see me drinking my coffee for once. I don't know why, but my microphone seems very, very quiet today, which is... I might have to deal with that later. This is going to be the first video I'm recording since it happened. Obviously, I did do the quick little silent video, just saying that I would be gone. And, yeah, I am coming back. If you have me on Steam, and I know one or two of you guys do, you'll have seen that on Sunday I was playing Farm Sim for the first time in a while. I was doing some prep work and I've just realised that my goatee is crooked. Oh, that's annoying. This side is a lot thinner than this side. Oh, that's annoying. Also, yes, I have got rid of the entire beard. I actually got rid of it on Tuesday of last week. And the week before last now. So, yeah. I've gone through the whole my face is constantly cold, please help phase. And I do still have the quite long hair, because I actually do like having long hair, weirdly enough. While I was kind of doing some thinking, and the channel is going to stay mostly the same. Donetsk is going to be done when I feel like doing Donetsk. I did do a tiny bit of work on it, but I just, for various reasons, just didn't. I meant to put my suit away. What is this? Oh, it's the hanger. My granddad all the way through his life wanted to see me in a suit, because he was a man who loved his suits. And rather comically, the day after he died, and I'm gonna tell this story. The day after he died, I realised that I didn't have a suit that fit me for the funeral, and I kind of knew, because of the way my family works and my position within the family, because I was his oldest grandson. I still am, I guess. Well, his oldest grandchild, even. I knew that I'd have a reasonable role in the actual funeral itself. So I kind of needed to have a suit. So the Friday morning after he died, literally the morning after he died, in fact, myself and my dad went suit shopping, and conveniently there's a suit shop just down the road from us. Really nice place. That was the first time I'd been in there, and I was very impressed by the chic, I guess, of the place. And I just we went in and we just kind of said, we need a dark suit. I need a dark suit because funeral and all that. And I tried on a jacket that was, I think, 44 chest, I think. and that was too small, so the guy there took my measurement. I was a 48, I think. I'm quite... See, my issue is I got large shoulders, and there's... I'm going to just pull down my hoodie here so you can kind of see it a bit better. There is no padding in these shoulders at all. These are my actual... the actual size of my shoulders. I am quite a large person. I am overweight, which is kind of a thing for YouTubers for some reason. We're all overweight, and most of us have beards, which is odd. It's a thing. But these are my actual shoulders. There's no padding going on here. They are large. I am a large person, and that's just how I am. I'm gonna try in 2016 to shed some of the excess weight, so hopefully that'll work. I'll start going on walks, but not the kind that I went on last Tuesday, which was like 12 miles of near constant walking, and my feet actually blistered. That was not fun. But yeah, we went in. Found the suit jacket that fit. And it turned out later on that day, as this is just a story about a suit jacket. So if you don't want to hear any of it, you can stop watching now. But it turned out later that day, and as the weekend went on, when things were going on, and it was... I don't know how funerals run around the world, but in Ireland they're very, very, very intense. Like, my granddad died on Thursday. We were up in his house. I was sat around all of Thursday morning just kind of waiting for something to happen. I was actually told as I was going to bed, so that kind of got nixed straight away, and I had some coffee and was just sitting around. After I made the video, obviously, to let you guys know. That's why it was up at stupid o'clock in the morning. But I was just sitting around and kind of waiting. Then we went up to the house and kind of vacuumed, because we'd already prepared the house a couple of years ago. Just so that it was easier on us when the inevitable happened. And then Friday, I went suit shopping in the morning. Then I realised I needed shoes while we were shopping for suits. So we went back and collected my sister. And then we went into Clonmel. You probably know by now from the theme of my videos that I live in Care, Canterbury, whatever. Please don't try and find my house. If you want to meet up with me, send me a message or something and we can arrange, some sort of weird one-on-one hangout thing. Don't try and find my house. I like it to be private. Seriously. But we went into Clonmel and blah blah blah. Had some food there because we needed food. Came out and got changed because I wasn't wearing particularly good clothes that morning. Because it was just kind of, we need to get stuff, run in, get stuff, and come back. I got changed, we went up to the house. He arrived in then, and all the tears, because for the last probably 4.5, well, no, not 4.5, for the last few years he's been living in Galway with my aunt, up near there anyway, and all he's wanted since he went up there was to come home to his house here, and this isn't his house, this is my parents' house, but he lives not too far away. It's about half a mile, and there were tears because he got what he wanted at long last, and yeah. Sorry if I'm a bit weird, and this is the first time I'm talking about a lot of this stuff, so I might get a bit emotional and I might have to stop the video a bit early. This is gonna go on for as long as I need it to. So yeah, he came in, and then there was a whole um, wake, which is a tradition in Ireland where basically the family stays up all night. I didn't because I do not do well when I haven't slept. Um, I've probably got chronic fatigue syndrome or something. I just cannot deal without sleep. So I came home at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, and slept until 10 or 11 the next day. Because that's seriously how bad things are for me. Is I need lots of sleep. And then Saturday it was the removal to the funeral home first of all. So there were the inevitable tears of him leaving home for the last time, and my mother. There's an old Irish tradition when somebody's leaving home for the final time that a candle is lit and a family member goes to the door behind the coffin and holds the candle and makes sure it does not go out until the person is in the hearse ready to go. And my mother was left with that, so we were all kind of crowded around her, keeping her kind of sane. I was completely in tears as well, which is normal to be fair. And we went to the funeral home. There was a minor kerfuffle with a family member who had distanced herself from my granddad since he went up to Galway. In fact, she kind of threw a hissy and distanced herself from him, and she decided that she needed to be at the funeral home, but she was as far away from him as she could get. She never actually said goodbye to him as such. And I'm going to skip over some of this stuff because it is private family stuff. I know that some of this stuff is kind of but yeah, Saturday night then he was moved to the church to lay in state overnight, and we went to his favourite pub for a few drinks and some light snacks, and I hadn't really eaten on the Saturday, so I came home drunk. Woke up Sunday morning perfectly fine, minor bit of a headache, which I kind of had all weekend anyway. And I'm not one to I don't drink. This is the thing, I don't drink unless it's a special occasion, and I kind of made an exception for the weekend because to me it was a special occasion. And sorry. On the Sunday, after the last mass of the day at 11:30, well, the last mass of the day was his funeral mass, and we were all there early. I was doing the first reading. Catholic family, I'm not Catholic myself, but I will engage and participate in these ceremonies. I did the first reading, and I kind of looked up at one stage, and that was the biggest mistake I could have made. Because the church was absolutely jam-packed, and it was primarily for him. Because there were people from West Cork, Galway, Limerick, everywhere you could think of. They had come from all around to be at the funeral, and it was truly humbling to see. And I was kind of up at the lectern and struggling, very much struggling to read because my eyes were starting to water and I was kind of holding back tears. And I think everybody knew that I was quite emotional because I was kind of, my voice was cracking something horrible, and I know it, and it worse than this, I promise you. But yeah, I've just realised that with my PC repaired and all that, Audacity is not actually picking up any background noise. That is beautiful. But yeah, I struggled to keep my cool during the reading. I just about did, and kind of when it was done, I sat down as the choir sang, because of course there was a choir, It was just perfect. Um, as the choir sang, I sat down. The choir sang the responsorial psalm, which was a godsend to me because otherwise I would have had to do it, and that would have broken me. Um, but yeah, I sat down and kind of got some time to compose myself while a cousin from West Cork did the second reading, and we kind of sat down. The rest of the mass went as per usual, and after that, there was the burial and the moving him to the conveniently adjoining ceremony. And I'd known since Friday that I would be one of the pallbearers. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means that I was one of the people who were moving the coffin at the very, very end. He wasn't the lightest man, he wasn't the smallest man, so he stayed. he got rolled down his final journey because we just couldn't. It wouldn't have been possible to carry him the entire way. So he got a little rolly trip for the very end. But he did it for the last 30, 40, 50 yards, maybe a bit more. He was up on our shoulders, and we did carry him. And I made sure I was on his right hand side. All through when I was a child, myself, my sister, we used to always go up to his house when we could, and I am starting to get a bit emotional, so just bear with me. We always went up to his house when we could, and every time he had a DIY project, he would talk to my mother and say, "Hey, will you bring you probably already know my real name is James. Will you bring James up? Dave is just another name. It's a nickname of mine. Please, I prefer you using Dave when you're commenting on videos. It's like Total Biscuit prefers to be called TB rather than John, despite the fact everybody knows his name is John. Just yeah. But he always said, "Oh, bring James up. I'm doing this and I need a bit of help." I was always his right hand man when I was a child. And yeah, I wasn't much good at it. I mean, I was 10 or 11 at most. But he always had me there by his side. So I kind of found it very, very fitting that at the end I was there by his side. And yeah. But the eeriest part of the entire thing was right after he was lowered into the grave and the temporary cover put on, because in Ireland I don't know what's done kind of elsewhere in the world, but in Ireland the coffin is lowered and there's kind of a green ceremonial thingy, kind of a grass looking thing, just to cover up the mound of dirt beside the grave, and just to make it look more presentable, and little green covers placed over the top of the grave, while the family is there just for sanity's sake, so they don't see some digger going at the graveside or something. But after he was lowered and the green cover put on, some family members, the original intention was to have a stereo system set up and the song Skibbereen played, because he was from Skibbereen, West Cork, and that plan kind of got nixed in the bud fairly quickly on Friday evening, because some of our family members are very musical, and they are All Ireland traditional music champions of some description. And they kind of volunteered themselves to play and sing Skibbereen. So we had a kind of a mini trad session at the graveside, and it was so eerie because there were probably about 200 or 300 people there. And all you could hear was the music and the singing. They actually played a small instrumental. My mother had asked for Danny Boy, but it got vetoed on the fly by the musicians, who proceeded to play a very slow instrumental version of, and you'll probably have to look this up if you don't know the song. They played a slow instrumental kind of funeral march version of Hole in the Bucket, which was always, at every party my granddad went to, he always sang Hole in the Bucket. It was his song, and it was so fitting that it was played slowly, because it wasn't really fitting to sing Hole in the Bucket as he was sat in a hole in the ground. But it was so fitting that it was played beside him. And yeah. And after that we went for the funeral meal. About 100 or so people were there, which was... It was nice and intimate-ish. We were all kind of sat chatting, and his brother, who is still alive and very, very pleasant, came over and thanked us for being there. I kind of felt obligated. He's one of the old crowd who thanks everybody for everything, no matter what it is. And yeah, it was a hard weekend. I mean, there's nothing harder, but it was perfect in its own way. He wouldn't have had it any other way himself if he could organise it. And I get a feeling he wanted to. If he'd known he was that close to the end, he would have insisted on organising it himself. But he wasn't fit in any way, shape or form, and I've got a bit of a runny nose. Not covering up anything here, I do actually have a small bit of a cold at the moment. It does look like I'm covering something up now that I got a tissue. No. I get... My nose starts running in the winter. It's just the thing that happens. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to leave that here. Videos should return largely to normal. I don't know what's going to happen over Christmas, because I am taking another short break over Christmas. Donetsk, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll do that when I feel like doing that. It's just going to be a thing. Right now, all my focus is on YouTube, because my other project has shut down for a Christmas break. There will be more news on that in the new year, and I will be able to talk about that in a bit more detail in the new year. I'm not going to talk about plans that we have, because we've been planning a lot, and I don't know what to talk. I don't want to say too much for fear of it not happening, and I don't want to say, it's kind of one of those things where something will happen eventually, but I don't know when. And when it happens, or when it's going to happen, I'll be making a video about it. And releasing probably a series of videos about it, because there will be some stuff that I will be able to reveal. Well, release on the channel, not reveal exclusively, because it will be on other outlets as well. But yeah, I'll be very... 2016 is going to be a busy year. Donetsk, I'm going to try and get back up and running again, and I'm going to hope to have that done by the I'm going to hope to have that done by the time big stuff happens. I'm going to say that, because You all saw me thinking there. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this without saying it. Big stuff will happen in the new year. As I said, I will be getting very busy. That'll be as a result of the big stuff happening. And I'm hoping to have Donetsk done by then, because once that happens, my time will become very, very limited. And yeah. So, actually, a quick little plan that I have for the channel, and actually for you guys, because I know a lot of the stuff that has been going on, I've been kind of planning it out and kind of neglecting to think of you guys, and that's kind of my own prerogative, I guess. My channel, my rules, my videos. But I know one or two of you guys have been asking to play multiplayer with me. One in particular who I'll talk to you about that in the near future, because I've got a couple of things to talk to you about. I will in the new year be launching it won't be January 1st, it will be early 2016 probably. That's the hope. I'll be launching a farm sim server. This is the hope. And the initial month or so of the server is going to be for Donetsk testing. So, I already have one statement of interest in being a tester. I have one person I want to ask, and you know who you are already. I've kind of hinted at it. Not to you directly, but I've hinted at it in this video, so if you're watching, yep, it's you. I've had one statement of interest, I've got one person I want to ask properly. I've got a couple of other people that I am considering asking. And I know it's a bit away because I don't even have the laneways finished on Donetsk yet, never mind putting the scripts that I want in and getting the farmyard sorted and getting the field boundaries set up and all of that stuff. Field boundaries is going to be an interesting one for me, I think. I have a plan of how I'm going to do it, because I know, for those of you who don't know, and this is going to be a long video, good lord. For those of you who don't know, and this is going to be some technical stuff about map making, so again, if you don't want to listen, you can go away. Giants Editor, and this is a known issue with Giants Editor, and Giants should, I think, try and fix this. But Giants Editor only allows for square fields, which is why on a lot of maps you'll see very square looking fields. Giants Editor only allows for that because that's all that Giants really do. And I guarantee you, I think it allows you to choose 2 boundaries, maybe 3, for the field, and the corners. So I guarantee you, if you look hard enough, you'll find some places on Sosnovka and Bjornholm where you shouldn't be able to plant crops, but you can. I think Giants are gonna try and fix that though, because in their survey, it was kind of things that they're planning on doing, and they wanted to see what the community's feedback was. Which, by the way, props to Giants for doing that yet again. I think they're going to try and work on all of them, and I kind of hope that some GE improvements do come of it, because I would like to see odd-shaped fields being a thing. Now, I do have a plan on how to do my fields, because you've seen them. I've got a plan on how to do that within the boundaries of Giants Editor and not have issues like... I believe Colbert Park Farm has some issues like that. Nusson, I think, gets away with it because I think Pitorius used this similar method to the one I'm planning. But yeah, a lot of British style maps do have that issue, and it's why you often see British style maps with either all the fields you already own or no viable fields whatsoever. it is a bit of a cop-out on the map maker's part because there are potential ways around it, and I'm not going to mention how I'm going to do it because if I do, people are going to bloomin' well cheat on the map, aren't they? I'll know the exploits. I've told one person the exploits that I'm going to have within the map, because they are going to be exploits in the map. You will be able to use them, and I'm never going to reveal what they are. If somebody else does, well done to them. But yeah, I'm not long out of bed, despite the fact that it's 5:30 on a Monday evening. I'm gonna have to be moving again soon. Nuts. 5:30 on a Monday evening. The bins need to go out tonight. I need to I need to clear out the rubbish from my room because the bins are going out, and I want to get rid of the rubbish. And my mother's due home soon, so I don't know if I'm gonna record today. Wednesday and Thursday I have the house to myself, so we'll definitely be recording then. I'm gonna try and get Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays video recorded. Thursday's video, I can say it now, is going to be a talky video on us, and it's going to be a half hour of me talking straight because I don't have the time to be doing the 2-hour long video. Wednesday is going to be Mulroy Bay, and that's going to knock everything out of whack. Friday is going to be iRacing again. Assuming I can get into replays, because the latest iRacing update kind of brought the entire site down for like 4 days. I'm gonna check if I can get into replays right now. Hopefully I don't have to sign into iRacing. By the way, if you want to add me as a friend or whatever on iRacing, and I don't know if it's working at the moment, my name on there is James Howland 2, because I do have it is by the definitions of iRacing, it is a secondary account. And I can actually get on to my replays. To facilitate all member promotions at the end of seasons which are season sessions scheduled in series between 10 GMT and midnight today. Okay. Oh, they fixed the website. So does that mean I can get my results now again? Because I want to see how I did last night. I did some Mazda Cup sessions last night. They didn't go well, so the replays are... No. Don't have replays for them. Hey, they fixed that. I somehow got 25 championship points for that one. Interesting. I just want to see what happened in the final race I did last night, because that was not good. I lost only 0.06. For those of you who play iRacing and are interested in doing Mazda Cup, Phoenix 2008 Road is amazingly tough. It's a tough track to learn, but I think I've kind of... Because there's so many... There's braking zones where you are... there's braking areas where you're actually still going around the corner, because it's based on an oval. And that is really tough to do. So you have to straighten yourself out and kind of go almost off track to get the braking zones right. Also, Trading Paints is back, so I have... I'm gonna say, all of my paints are Grip TV, because I watch a lot of Twitch streams. So I watch Matt Malone, also known as Showdown 1983. I think it's 1983. I watch JP. I'm not even gonna... no, I will. Juha Pekalami. Was on Twitch at JPlays. And I also watch Tubsy, JJ Tub, who is on Twitch at It's Tubsy. I also watch Vijik, whose real world name I can't remember for the life of me. Braden Cohen, that's the one. And Air Messi, who is John D. Cook. They're all very, very good streamers. I am not friends with any of them, nor do I claim to be. I just watch their streams and enjoy their races and the shenaniganry they get up to. So yeah, that's why you'll notice that when the iRacing stuff comes up, number one, I'll be rid of the horrible. I'm not gonna call it horrible, unless I can find a ridiculously colourful. Oh, I'm so tempted to use that straight stock bit. I'm looking at trading paints right now. I'll be rid of the hilariously colourful street stock that I was racing. In what was it, pink, green, and blue. That was just a comedy paint that I came up with because trading paints was down. So I painted it pink, green, and blue. If I find another good comedy paint, I will put it on the street stock because that thing is just comedy anyway. And I am tempted to use a particular one. I'm gonna check out now. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. Oh god, that's My Little Pony. No. Well, that revealed what I was looking at. I'm not gonna do it, My Little Pony paint. Oh good lord. I'm not that bad, guys. I may be a bit ridiculous, but I'm not that bad. I'm gonna leave it here. I will be hopefully back tomorrow. Because well, yeah. Hopefully back tomorrow with Mulroy. And yeah, I should not check Twitter and record at the same time. Back tomorrow with Mulroy. Nuston on Thursday. iRacing on Friday. The weekend, I have no idea. I was planning on Just Cause 3, but now I am now... How many hours do I have in Just Cause 3? 22 hours into the story, and I'm not starting again anytime soon. I was going to do Just Cause, but now, no. That's going to be my casual game. I don't know what I'm going to replace my intended Just Cause with. I might do two. Yeah, I'm going to do Donetsk videos. 2 Donetsk videos that'll be about half an hour each. Of me working in real time on the road system, because you guys need to see how bloomin' slow it is to work on the road system. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thank you all very much for watching. Until then, stay safe and goodbye, and thank you all once again for the messages and comments. Words cannot express how appreciated they were. I was almost in tears with some of them. Good lord, you guys are amazing. Thanks once again, and goodbye.